degree and certificate candidates, family members, Regent Barbara Prescott, faculty, staff, friends, and guests. Pleasure to welcome you to this, our 49th annual commencement. This is also the 50th anniversary year for the college. Dyersburg State opened in the fall of 1969. Today is a very special time of celebration and recognition. We've added a new feature, special feature, to commemorate our 50th anniversary at Dyersburg State. It is a college mace, and it's right here in front of us, and was carried in with the processional. It's an ornamental staff carried by a faculty member to lead the processional and recessional. The mace was donated by our 3 academic division deans, Dr. Jimmy Barham, Miss Julie Frazier, and Miss Amy Johnson. Please join me in thanking them for this generous contribution to the ceremony. And will you stand? I would also like to thank Justin Brown, the director of the Dyer County Orchestra Band, the Syncopation Choir from Dyersburg, and the Sing-Sation Choir from the Jimmy Nafee Center. They joined today to present all that music, and the Dyer County High School Concert Band for the wonderful music. We're also grateful to the Dyer County School System, Dr. Larry Lusk and Laura Brim, for allowing us to use this facility. To the 439 candidates for degree and certificates, I want you to know how proud we are of your achievements at Dyersburg State. Some people call community colleges 2-year colleges, but very few members of this class completed their work in 2 years, mainly because of work and other responsibilities. On average, these candidates for graduation spent 8.95 semesters at Dyersburg State, which is equivalent to more than 4 academic years. The average age of this class is 27, with a range of 18 to 63. In the fall of 2018, independent students were able to attend Dyersburg State tuition-free if they take at least 6 hours each semester. We have grown by over 40% in this age category this past year because of the Adult Reconnect program, which is funded by our state lottery. Another interesting fact about this class of graduate is that 8 of them are reverse transfers from universities, such as the University of Memphis, Middle Tennessee State University, and University of Tennessee at Martin. These graduates attended Dyersburg State, but transferred early before completing their associate degrees. Now, through reverse transfer, we can award the associate degree to them. There are 198 students graduating today with honors. Of the 439 graduates, 267, or about 61%, have completed at least one set of co-requisite courses or one learning support or developmental studies course. 45% of the graduates today completed at least one course at the Jimmy Nafee Center. About 10% completed at least one course at the Gibson County Center. We know that members of this class will make significant contributions to this and other communities, as have the 8,462 graduates who've come before. You will be our nurses, our healthcare workers, quality engineers, manufacturing technicians, school administrators and teachers, bankers, health information technicians, owners and managers of businesses, cybersecurity and networking technicians, medical coders, accountants, administrative assistants, information technology specialists, musicians, law enforcement, and correctional officers, using what you've learned here to make our communities better places to live. I wish you great success and happiness as you leave here and pursue your dreams. Each person in this class of 439 people will earn, on average, at least $6,600 each year, more than a student with only a high school diploma. Over a work life of 40 years, this will amount to about $264,000. So an economic value added by these associate degrees and certificates today will total in excess of $115 million over a lifetime of work. The excellent work of our faculty and staff at Dyersburg State have motivated and challenged this class to achieve at a very high level. At this time, I would like to ask the faculty and staff to stand and be recognized. So Dyersburg State faculty and staff, let's give them a hand. Thank you. Today in your program, you see that we have 5 staff members who are retiring from Dyersburg State, but only 1 could attend today. So would Mr. Michael Woodson please come forward and receive recognition for his service at Dyersburg State. Might read this, presented with appreciation to Mr. Michael Woodson, Business Services Coordinator, who worked with our workforce program upon his retirement after 30 years of faithful, dedicated service to the college, 1988 to 2018. Thank you very much, Michael. We've got a picture of you. Do you want to look at the camera? There you go. Thank you. We greatly appreciate the dedicated service of these retiring members, and they will be missed. In fact, we already missed Michael. He's been gone for a few months. But I'm sure that you've noticed that several members of the graduating class have these bright gold stoles and tassels to signify that they're extra special in this class of very special people. The 49 students wearing this ceremonial attire are members of the Alpha Epsilon Alpha chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, the International Honor Society for Community Colleges. Will the members of Phi Theta Kappa please stand, and let's applaud these members of our Honor Society. Thank you. Well done. We're also honoring and thanking the men and women who have served this country in the military with red, white, and blue cords. We started this practice in 2015. Will you stand and be recognized? Thank you for your service to this country. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Dr. Barbara Prescott, who's a member of the Tennessee Board of Regents. She'll bring greetings from the board, and after Dr. Prescott, Ms. Brianna Goodwin, President of the Student Government Association, will introduce our speaker. Let's welcome Dr. Prescott.
Thank you, Dr. Boyer, and congratulations to all our Phi Theta Kappa graduates. And I'd also like to add my thanks to Mr. Whitson and the other employees that are retiring. Thank you for your service to our college and our students. And of course, thank you to all of those who have served us in the military. Dr. Boyer, platform guest, distinguished faculty and staff, proud parents and family members, friends and guests, and most of all, class of 2019. On behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents, its chair, Governor Bill Lee, and its chancellor, Dr. Flora Tidings, I welcome you and bring you greetings and congratulations. Our board, composed of 19 fellow Tennesseans, sets policy for the 13 community colleges and 27 colleges of applied technology across this great state. I'm honored to represent the 8th Congressional District, which includes this grand institution, Dyersburg State Community College. Our mission at the Tennessee Board of Regents is your success. You, the students, are the reason that we exist. We care deeply about you. We care about public higher education and the future of Tennessee. Seeing you in caps and gowns this afternoon, receiving your degrees, pins earlier, I was at the pinning ceremony for the nursing students, makes our board service worthwhile. We're proud of our state's progress in increasing the number of individuals with post-secondary credentials. Much of that is due to Tennessee Promise and Tennessee Reconnect, two programs initiated by Governor Bill Haslam and for which we owe him a great debt. Tennessee was the first state in the country to promise tuition-free community college to our high school seniors, which allowed them to have, which, I'm losing my page here, making them able to make their dream of a college education a reality, and also resulting in a higher retention and graduation rate. The class of 2019 is the third class of Promise graduates, and many of you today who are graduating are Tennessee Promise students. Although this has been great for Tennessee, the real significance of Promise is the impact it has on you, your families, and now and actually for generations to come, enabling you to follow your career path and your career dreams and provide for your family and serve your community. You graduates met the challenge. Today, you are graduating prepared either to continue to work toward bachelor's degrees or beyond, or to enter the workforce highly skilled and ready to make a difference in your community. This can be credited to your hard work and your dedication to your academic goals. We're also excited that last fall, Tennessee Reconnect was initiated to offer tuition-free community and technical college to adults of any age who don't presently hold a college degree. After just 1 year, adult enrollment has increased significantly for the first time since the recession in 2008. We hope that you will spread the word to your family and your friends about these opportunities in Tennessee for everyone, regardless of income, regardless of age, to achieve their dream of higher education. In fact, we suspect that there may be some of you in the audience now who may be thinking, perhaps I could return to college. And as I said earlier, I'm sure Dr. Boyer would be happy to admit you and have you be a member of the Dyersburg State Community College family. And now Governor Lee is making career and technical education and the improvement of our rural economy the top priority for his administration. This should have a positive effect on Dyersburg and the surrounding community. Class of 2019, you are a part this year of the history-making 50th anniversary of Dyersburg State Community College. For 50 years, this college has been a vital part of the success of West Tennesseans and the communities it serves. You can be proud to call yourself a Dyersburg State Community College alumni. In closing, let me challenge and invite you to take that mantle of Dyersburg State alumni seriously. Don't lose touch or be a stranger. Return and participate in alumni events. Continue to be a fan and a contributor. Dr. Boyer will tell you that the strength of any college depends greatly on the strength and the support of its alumni. Again, it's an honor to represent you on the Board of Regents. Thank you for choosing to attend Dyersburg State, and congratulations and best wishes to all of you.
On behalf of the Student Government Association, I have the honor of introducing this year's commencement speaker, Mr. Walden. On behalf of the students who have attended Dyersburg State Community College this year, either at the Dyersburg campus or the DSCC Jimmy Navy Center at Tipton County, or the DSCC Gibson County Center, or through online classes, welcome to our commencement. Dyersburg State Community College, DSCC, is honored to have Mr. Danny Walden as this year's commencement speaker in honor of the college's 50th anniversary. Mr. Walden is a graduate of DSCC's charter class. He and his wife, Susan, who was also a graduate of DSCC, reside in Dyersburg. He currently serves as director of the Professional Development Center at Dyersburg and the Dyer County Museum. Mr. Walden graduated from DSCC with an Associate of Science degree in Education in 1971. He earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Secondary Education in 1974 from the University of Tennessee at Martin. He earned a Master of Science degree in Education, Administration, and Supervision in 1979 from the University of Tennessee at Martin. After 41 years of service, Mr. Walden retired from a distinguished career as a teacher, principal, and administrator for the Dyer County and Dyersburg City School Systems. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Danny Walden.
Thank you, Brianna. It's quite an honor to be here today to be asked to do this. Actually, I've been looking forward to this for quite some time because, like she said, I am a graduate of Dyersburg State Community College, and I'm very proud to say that. I'd like to start with a little story that I learned about 20 years ago when a gentleman who is a minister from Edmonds, Washington, wrote an essay that he entitled, "Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten." These are the things that he said, and it touched me as an educator, and so I'd like to relay those things to you now. He said that what he learned in kindergarten taught him to share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them. We all need to be able to do that. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for everybody. Live a balanced life. Learn some, think some, work some, draw some, play some, sing some, paint some, and work hard every day. Take a nap every afternoon. I'm a witness. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic and hold each other's hand. Stick together. Beware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup that you planted when you were in kindergarten? The roots go down and the plant goes up. And we didn't really understand why, but we just knew that it did. Goldfish, hamsters, white mice, and even that little seed in that styrofoam cup, they all die, and so do we. Remember the Dick and Jane books. And the first word that you probably learned when you were little that is so important to us today, and that is to look. So I challenge you today to look. Everything you need to know is in there somewhere. The golden rule is in there. Love and basic sanitation is in there. Ecology is in there. Politics, equality, and sane living are all in that little essay. Take any one of those and extrapolate it into what you've learned as an adult and apply it to what you do with your family, your work, or your government, or your world, and it holds true and firm, even from what we learned in kindergarten to what we learn today. Think what a better world it would be if the whole world were to stop and drink some cold milk and eat a warm cookie every afternoon and then retire and take a nap. I think we'd be a better place. If all our governments had the basic policy to always put things back where they found them and to clean up their own messes. It's still true. No matter how old you are, where you go out in the world, it's always best to hold hands and stick together. I'm honored to be with you today because when I think about 2019 and the class that sits in front of us here, I think back to when I was a student at Dyersburg State in 1969. I have lots of memories, fond memories of Dyersburg State, but I'd like to talk to you about one thing that I think is important to all of us, and that's the word legacy. I hope and I trust that I have a legacy. And I look for you and everyone in this building to also think about your legacy. So let's talk about it for a minute. My experience at Dyersburg State in 1969 was a bit different than yours. Number one, the gym was not finished. We played our basketball games in the old gym at the bottom of the hill on College Street in Dyersburg. And 50 years ago, in 1969, I was a senior at Dyersburg High School anticipating going to college. And as I anticipated going to college, those of us in school at that time were thinking Union University or UT Martin or Memphis State back then, or Ole Miss, or maybe even UT Knoxville. We had those visions, but there was something going on in Dyersburg on the outskirts of town where there used to be a golf course. There was construction going on and a college was being built. Back then, a gallon of gas cost 35 cents. And the internet was not going to be invented for another 20 years. So when we did our research, it was looking up things in a book in the library, not on your phone. So things have changed just a bit. When we entered DSCC in the fall of '69, we were on quarter hours. Now, quarter hours are different than semesters, but for a full-time student in 1969, my tuition for full-time was $55. I don't know what you paid this year, but I'm sure it's a lot more than you would like to have paid. But things have changed just a little bit in 50 years. We seem to know everybody because all of us were freshmen. There were no sophomores. We were all brand new to this campus. It was Governor Frank Clement in the 1960s who took the idea of community colleges to the state legislature. And the idea was that the state would provide a state-supported higher education to everybody in Tennessee within 50 miles of their home. And we call those community colleges. But the local communities had to do something to receive a college. And as a young boy, I remember listening to a transistor radio outside as I was shooting basketball on concrete slab beside my parents' house. And they made an announcement that the first community college in western Tennessee was going to go to Jackson. That was 1965, and I was disappointed because they decided to take the first community college to Jackson. And I said, why couldn't Dyersburg have a college? Well, what I did not realize at the time is that the governor had set up a commission to study this plan. And Dale F. Glover from Union City was on that 5-person team to begin the process. I know we've already heard today that there are 13 community colleges, and the very first one in West Tennessee was in Jackson. They opened in 1967, because I was still in high school, and I did not know at the time that my opportunity to go to college and stay close to home was going to hit right when I graduated. So in 1969, the buildings were almost finished. They hired Dr. E.B. Eller to be the first president, and things started to happen, and we enrolled at Dyersburg State. And I'll just tell you, part of the reason why I wanted to go to Dyersburg State was because they were going to have a basketball team, and I had another opportunity to play some more basketball, the game that I love. Now, the city of Dyersburg and the region had to do a little bit of something to receive a community college. And back then, the idea was that those communities had to donate 100 acres of land and commit $250,000 toward construction to build the campus that you walked on for the past several years. So we were fortunate that Dyersburg State did come in 1969 and it was built on what used to be the municipal golf course. Somebody made those decisions prior to us getting there, just like somebody had a vision to see a bridge be built across the Mississippi River and an interstate come through town. Somebody had a vision that we would have construction of the port at Cage Landing, which is recently opened and going to provide job opportunities for all of us for a long time to come. And then somebody had the vision to build a levee system that protects the farmland from the floods of the Mississippi River, the Obion River, and the Forked River. I'm thankful to all those groups for the things that they did, and I'm thankful to know that Dyersburg State, through the things that you do, the things that I do, and the things that the faculty does, and the things that the community does, puts money back into our economy to the tune each year of $61 million. That's a major impact upon all of our quality of life. I had the opportunity to play basketball, and that first year, our school colors were maroon and white. And when we got to campus, they asked us to select the mascot. And so we did. And we selected the name, the Saints. And I don't have any idea why we selected the word Saints, except to say that a young football player from Ole Miss had recently signed with the New Orleans NFL football team, and his name was Archie Manning. Archie Manning went to the Saints, and I guess that's probably why we decided to use that as our mascot. But my head coach, Casey Vinson, didn't like the name at all. So he set about to change it. So a year or two after I left, sure enough, he got it changed. And we changed the name, but they did after I was gone, from Saints to Chiefs. And of course, when you say Chiefs, you think of Kansas City, and again, an NFL football team. It wasn't until many years later that Dyersburg State finally agreed on an appropriate mascot name and school colors of the Eagles and using the red, white, and blue colors. I'm so proud that they did because it fits Northwest Tennessee. We traveled to Cleveland, Tennessee to play. We weren't very good because we weren't very good ball players. They did give scholarships. I got a $55 scholarship, but I got to play basketball. And we went to Cleveland and walked into the gym for a shoot around that afternoon, and there was a note on the bulletin board that said, "Today's menu, Dyersburgers." That stuck with me because, we were a brand new school. We were going to these other places and seeing these other community colleges and some larger colleges to play ball, and we had an impression of them, and of course they had an impression of us. We traveled to Henderson, Tennessee one night to play Freed Hardeman. And we got there only to find that the gym was being host to a revival. And we had to sit in the bus and wait till the invitation was given before we could go in and start to play our game of basketball. Needless to say, we only won one game that year. But we were proud of that one game, and our president said, "You guys have fought a good fight. We're going to let you go to the NJCAA regional tournament in Paducah." And we were so excited because after winning one game, we got to go to a tournament. Guess who our first opponent, our only opponent was the previous year's NJCAA national champion. Needless to say, we got spanked pretty good. Our classes were important. I remember the people that taught school there. Billy Williams, who lives here in New Bern, taught biology. Phil Winkler taught Western civilization. Mr. Penrod taught sociology, and David Kelly taught English. I remember Mr. Penrod came to class one day and put 4 dots on the board. And he told us, he said, I want you to do a little game for me. I want you to connect those dots using 3 lines. And the 3 lines will not cross, and you'll start and stop at the same place. And we all looked at that thinking, what is this? He's teaching sociology, and we're doing connect the dots. Well, nobody that first day got it right. It stayed on the board for about a week until Mr. Penrod said to us, I want to give you a hint. Don't let your mind and what you see confuse what your instructions are, because the instructions were to connect those 4 dots using 3 lines. Well, 3 lines are not a square. Our mind saw a square, but then he said, connect the dots, but think outside the box. It was 1970. It was the first time anybody said to me, Danny, think outside the box. And the answer to that is you take this corner and you go past the dot and make your triangle. It's a lesson I learned then that has been important to me ever since. I graduated in 1971 from Dyersburg State, and I was selected the charter class president. Stanley Anderson, my high school best friend, was elected as the SGA, the Student Government Association president. We collected donations and put a wrought iron sign in front of the Glover Building on the campus at Dyersburg State, and that sign still stands there today. College means so much to me and my family because not only am I a graduate, my mother is a graduate, my wife is a graduate, my son is a graduate, and my sister are all graduates of Dyersburg State, and I am so proud to say that. My success at Dyersburg State and my success as a teacher, educator, and a principal goes beyond my paycheck. I want to give you one example of a reward that I have to tell you about as a teacher. In the early 80s, I used the example of statistics after the 1980 census. And I had a 6th grade class of 39 kids. And we talked about the census numbers and what those numbers meant. And we talked about those kids in 6th grade and what their futures might be. We talked about the odds of them finishing high school, the odds of them going to college, the odds of them getting married, whether they would divorce once they're married. We did all those statistical things, and as we did, I didn't know the effect I would have until 1992, when a young lady came up to me at Walmart, tapped me on the shoulder. She was wearing a Walmart vest, and she said, Mr. Walden, do you remember me? And if you're a teacher, that happens to you a lot. And I said, yes, I did. And we talked about that event back in the 80s. She said, I think we decided that maybe 4 of us might complete college. And she said, I wanted to come over and tell you, when I saw you in Walmart, that I'm graduating from Bethel College next weekend. That's my legacy. Those kids that I taught and the things that they're doing in our community because of their education and the life that they're living. Now, one of the more enjoyable things that I do today is I am president of the Historical Society in Dyer County, and we could talk about some of the history of this place, because many of you may not know that before Elvis was famous, he drove a delivery truck right through New Bern quite often. You also may not know that Patsy Cline landed a small plane in Dyersburg on a trip back from Oklahoma to Nashville, and she stopped for supper and ate at the airport in Dyersburg, only to make a phone call back to Nashville saying, we're flying in, and they said, you better not, because there's storms coming. Nobody knew that she would board that plane would crash in Camden, Tennessee, and the rest is history. Patsy Cline is an icon in country music. But there's other stories about music in Western Tennessee, because a young man from Lauderdale County came across the river, came up from Ripley, and would go to a small community in Western Tennessee, Western Dyer County, in 1920. He played the piano in a juke joint. He wrote a song called The Minglewood Blues because he was playing inside this juke joint in a small town in West Tennessee. Noah Lewis was his name. The song became a hit down on Beale Street in Memphis. That's not so significant until the 1960s when a group from San Francisco picked that song up, reworked it, and put it on their first album called Shakedown Street. Then that song became a hit for the Grateful Dead. So things historically are coming back to Dyer County. Today, thank you. I have one artifact at the museum that is my most prized artifact. It's a 1936 road map of Dyer County, and that road map shows all of the schools in Dyer County in 1936. There were small towns like Minglewood where Noah wrote his song, and all these towns were kind of centered around the harvesting of trees in Western Dyer County. Minglewood was one of 36 different small communities that year, and on the map there were 81 schools in Dyer County, 10 of which were high schools. And in the 1930s, most of those high schools were called colleges. That's why so many communities in Western Tennessee have a college street. Dyersburg, Newbern, Halls, Ripley, Covington, Munford, all have a college street because we call those high schools colleges. There is a legacy continuing beyond you and from the people who pass things on up to you. Now, as you travel from this day forward, I encourage you to join the Dyersburg State Alumni Association and give of your time, of your money, of your commitment, volunteer to support this institution, our institution. And let me give you a couple things to think about as we begin to award the diplomas. I think these are important. Number one, don't text and drive. Help others. Care about people. Be earnest and tell the truth. Apologize when you screw up. Focus on others, not yourself. Show gratitude. Set goals, dream big, and don't be afraid to fail. Reggie Jackson played Major League Baseball and got the nickname Mr. October because of his success in October. But Reggie Jackson holds the the Major League record for the number of strikeouts. He failed as much as he was successful. Thomas Edison had 1,000 experiments that failed before he discovered the electric light bulb. Steve Jobs was fired from the business he created, from the company he created with Steve Wozniak. Don't be afraid to fail. Work hard, take risks, and say thank you. Thank you for those who supported you that are sitting here today. Thank you for the understanding that your faculty and staff gave you, as well as your parents. Thank you for the wisdom you've received throughout your education, and for the prosperity that you surely you're surely going to have as a result of your education. Finally, thank your Creator for the love that He gives you every single day. And lastly, don't just aspire to make a living when we leave here. Aspire to make a difference. Live long and prosper.
Dyersburg State Community College is authorized by the College System of Tennessee to award the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Science in Teaching, and the Associate of Applied Science degrees in addition to academic and technical certificates. Today's ceremony includes December, May, and August candidates for degrees and certificates. Will all the candidates for degrees and certificates please rise? Madam President, I am pleased to present to you the class of 2019. These candidates have completed or will complete in August the requirements for the associate's degree or certificate as prescribed by the College System of Tennessee and Dyersburg State Community College. These candidates are entitled to the appropriate associate's degree or certificate which will be conferred.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents for the College System of Tennessee, and with the recommendation of the faculty of Dyersburg State Community College, I confer the appropriate associate degree or certificate upon each graduate. You may be seated.
Will the candidates in the Division of Arts and Sciences please rise and come forward? The following students are receiving the Associate of Arts degree. Miguela T. Alicantar Moss, cum laude. Jessica Macarini Crowder, cum laude. Stephanie Danielle Pyle, magna cum laude. Christina Lachey Vaughn. The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Science degree. Savannah V. Alls, cum laude. Demarion Andre Armour. Shelby Nicole Autry, cum laude. Alexis Danielle Ballard, cum laude. Jacqueline Bartlett. Tierra Kayla Bergstedt, cum laude. Mallory Lauren Biggs, cum laude. Trina Rayanne Bobbitt, cum laude. Charles Clifton Bowling. Alexis Rose Bradfield, summa cum laude. Jessica Diane Bradley. Contessa Marlea Brown Spears. Gregory Javon Burrell. Benjamin Dalton Click, magna cum laude. Tyler Lynn Cogner. Tana Benet Reagan Countess, cum laude. Jalen Anthony Dyer. Richard A. Edmondson, magna cum laude. Kalia Roxanne Epps. Hannah Caitlin Evans, cum laude. Shaniqua Michelle Ferguson. Ladarius Malik Fields. Mario Antonio Fulton II. Michaela Azriel Fulton. Tamaya Jamishe Glass Wright. Kiana Nicole Gooch. Brianna Janelle Goodwin, cum laude. Jennalee Brooke Green. Ashley Ray Gurley. Alexis Nicole Hasler, cum laude. Jason Brian Hebner, cum laude. Wendy Lynn Stewart Hebner, summa cum laude. Aaron Hines, summa cum laude. Lauren L. Hickson, cum laude. Rose Mary Hull, summa cum laude. Jennifer Summer Johnson, magna cum laude. Tyler Wade Jones. Wesley B. Jones. Emily Ruth Caseberg, magna cum laude. Austin Dexter Kiernan, summa cum laude. Aaron Lamar King. Shelley Renee Cosart, cum laude. Leah Michelle Lambert, cum laude. Tabitha Josephine Landrum, summa cum laude. Taylor Ann Lane, cum laude. Heather Nicole Langston, cum laude. Lauren Estelle Long, cum laude. Britton Lee Mann, cum laude. Maricela Elizabeth Marquez. Justice Nicole Mashburn. Maylee Ann McDivitt, summa cum laude. Christian S. McIver. Jasmine Nicole McKinney. Myron Daquan McKinney. Leah Joanne Miller, magna cum laude. Clayton M. Maz, cum laude. Gresham Canaan Mosley, cum laude. Catherine Elaine Murray. Joshua Caleb Myrick. Robert Sauls Nelson. Paris Melanie Nethery. Terry Lee Newsom, summa cum laude. Thomas Daquan Nolan. Naquan Martise Perry. William Edward Pitts. Joshua Adam Poole. Caroline Gail Price, summa cum laude. Carly Nicole Price. Marielle Montasia Price. Kayla Danielle Reeves Piscosic. Jamie Jeanette Rayo, magna cum laude. Christina Elizabeth Rigsby. Henry Douglas Robertson, Jr. Lachelle Marie Robinson, cum laude. Cody Shannon Rogers, summa cum laude. Virginia M. Rubel Cooper, magna cum laude. Cassidy Michelle Ruddle, cum laude. Hannah Michelle Rushing, summa cum laude. Monica Celeste Russell, cum laude. Jada Talia Shaw. Michaela Renee Shoup, cum laude. Brooke Alexandria Simmons. Amina M. Suleiman, cum laude. Rochelle Vashon Tipton. Taylor Brianne Travis, magna cum laude. Leah Grace Turner. Antonio Vaughn. Megan Michelle Vaughn. Dominic R. Wander, magna cum laude. James Tyler Ward. Terrence Antoine Ward, Jr. Lindsay Ellie Page White. Summer Nicole Whiteside. Lainey Elizabeth Whitney, cum laude. Carrie Stevens Whitworth, summa cum laude. Kennedy Joy Woodland. Jerquan Clay Woods, magna cum laude. Louvery Young. The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Science in Teaching degree. Anna Michelle Bailey, summa cum laude. Felicia Ann Barnett, summa cum laude. Megan Lee Berryman. Brianne Carter, summa cum laude. Ashley De'Ara Haley. Lauren Rebecca Smith, summa cum laude. Hannah Marie Waller, magna cum laude.
Will the candidates in the Division of Business, Technology, and Allied Health please rise and come forward? The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Science degree. Ruby Rose Jane Abang. I got it. Assad Omar Abu Karma. Tiaja Nashay Bland. Haley Aaron Clausel. Ashley Cheyenne Ford, cum laude. Sylvia Golson, magna cum laude. Zachary Drake Heron. Douglas Caesar Jones. Hannah B. Colwick, summa cum laude. Colby Mitchell Lentz, cum laude. Jalen Taylor Martin, summa cum laude. Kayla Nicole Pergandy. Alyssa Morgan Roberts, magna cum laude. John A. Sykes III. William D. Wicker. The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Applied Science degree. Ligarius Colbert Balden. Beth Ann Crittenden Bennett, magna cum laude. Joshua Elliott Black. Draken Gray Blackstock, summa cum laude. Cherokee Autumn Buck. Lillian May Chapman, magna cum laude. Tyler Justin Daniels. Lisa Diane Folks, cum laude. Erica Warren Glass, cum laude. Itanya Lanisha Goodwine, cum laude. Brittany S. Halliburton, magna cum laude. Amber Renee Hankins, cum laude. Emily Dawn Henderson. Kelsey Shay Holt, cum laude. Kayla E. Humphrey. I got it. Felicia Ann Sisk Jeffries, cum laude. Lauren Rose Kinney, cum laude. April Elaine Lechner, summa cum laude. Kimberly Cheryl Lewis. Jason L. McDonald, cum laude. Mary McGoy, cum laude. Donna Catherine Moore, cum laude. Joyce Opal Kilpatrick Nelson, cum laude. Taylor Mackenzie Panel, cum laude. Mitchell Scott Phelps Sr., cum laude. Melody Ann Pierce, summa cum laude. Dustin Travers Pendle. Monica Lynn Pride. Brandon Mitchell Smith. Naquita Lachey Smith. Zachary Blake Sutherland. Cleora Williams Turner, magna cum laude. Yolanda Marie Yulande, cum laude. Shania Taylor Walker, summa cum laude. Dawn Renee Webb, cum laude. Lily Elizabeth Williams. The following candidates are receiving a certificate: Jason O'Neill Bizzle, Janae Calicut, Latoya Consuela Ferguson, Samuel Caleb Leggett, Samiqua Lachelle Lipford, Belinda Sawyer,
Will the candidates in the Division of Nursing please rise and come forward? The following candidates are receiving the Associate of Applied Science: Audrey Lynn Aiken, cum laude. Darian Alicia Berkeley, magna cum laude. Alicia M. Bill. Janet Denise Black. Tina Michelle Blair. Ashley Marie Brown, magna cum laude. Casey L. Callens. Leslie Olivia Crane, cum laude. Roxanne Dow. Arvetta Elena. Arvetta Elena Renee Duncan. Jennifer Hope Thunderbird, cum laude. Michael Adam Guerin, cum laude. Latoya Quinn Hall. Candace Cherise Hines, cum laude. Holly Gibbons Jowers. Valerie M. Kellums. Kelly LaVey Whitlow Hallwick. Titus Jamar Macklin. Jennifer Renee Macklin Tyler. Tyler Dwayne Martin, cum laude. Amber Diane Moody. Kinsey Brooke Nelson. Autumn Leah Usman, cum laude. Taylor Christine Rice. Brandy Renee Roberts, cum laude. April Lynn Sangster, cum laude. Danielle Nicole Spears. Nicole Marie Tompkins, cum laude. Jason Bradley Turner. Ashley Dawn Young, cum laude.
You are invited to a reception which will be held in the Commons area immediately following the recessional. Will you now please rise for the recessional?